Hello, it is Fabian Williams, marriage and family therapist. I am on today to share one of the activities that I do in every or with every single one of my clients. There are certain things that I do just with everyone because they're just valuable and interesting that I would use valuable, huh? It is finding your core values. And as elementary as that sounds, it is something that is so important because we often don't recognize what our core values are. I will give credit where credit is due. I learned this activity with Beverly Johnson at Carlow College, then, now university. Um, and it was an activity that was life changing for me. So it's going to seem very simple and easy. You may have done it before, but I want you to try as best as you can to do it step by step, systematically, so that you can feel what it's like to be in a therapy session and the purpose that comes out of this particular activity. So, the core values, our core values are the things that are in us, they are wiring. There is nothing wrong with you if you have a core value that is something that people don't honor or people don't think is special because it's not theirs. You honor the core value that you have. And sometimes we forget about that and we begin to compromise that. And that's where we begin to get into this struggle or chaos ensues. Sometimes we don't realize that we have compromised our own. So let's get right into the activity. The first thing is you need a piece of paper or your notes section in your phone or your computer, something to document on. The second thing, if you could Google, so you will need a computer or phone or something, but if you could Google a pink, I just put pink values actually, and I think scribed.com had it. So I put pink values because there's this list of 230 values that are pink. The paper's pink. So pink values. And you should see that list of 230 values come up. And what I want you to do is figure out your top 10. Use a process, whatever process works for you. One thing that some of my clients do is they go through the whole list. The things that are core to you just kind of pop out at you, right? And as they go through that whole list, they come up with maybe 50, maybe 75. And so then they go through that list of 75 and they do a process of elimination until you finally get down to 10. Your statement to yourself as you're trying to get those 10 is I would rather die than to live without. Fill in the blank with your core value. And you get 10 of them because these are your top 10. And then what I do is, as I'm going through this with that's usually a homework for my clients. I ask them to take that 10 down to 5. Imagine you're on a ship. The ship is going down. You are now in a little dinghy, and you can only take 5 of those values with you. So you've done that 230 down to 10, but now take that 10 down to 5. What are the priorities? When you get to those 5, that is your core. That is what makes you who you are. These are the things that you ascribe to. I don't want aspirational values. I want values you actually cherish, you actually honor, you actually see as great. Then, when you begin to think through your conflict, think through your issues that you're having in relationship, issues that you're having with yourself, struggles that you're having, stuck points that you're finding yourself in, look at these values. Usually, when we find ourselves in some level of compromise, it's because we have compromised our core unknowingly. I'll give you an example. My core value is family. My top of the top is family. But as I was growing up, because I was a teenage parent, I was in school, working, and in a community choir which traveled. And I wondered why I was in such conflict. I realized later that it was because my core value was family. I learned that with Beverly Johnson, and she taught us so well to go through this. And she actually did it very dramatically, and I do it very dramatically. Many of you know I'm very dramatic, but she did it very dramatically, so I do the same. And it is so helpful to go through and allow you to feel those emotions when you think about how you or other people are compromising those core values, and then to set a goal, boundaries around. And I talk about the pencil and pen boundaries, which ones are pencil, which ones can change, and which ones are in ink, which ones are unchangeable, which ones are your non negotiables for you to make sure that you don't compromise those values again. So, again, that activity was, the quick version. But I want you to try that, figure out what your core values are, and get to know you so that you can go out into the world with your total authentic self. If you would like to work through those with me, feel free to reach out with me at lifeanew.com, www.lifeanu.com. And I would love to work with you or anyone that you know is in need. Fabian Williams, marriage and family therapist, signing off. Have a blessed and beautiful day.